Beanie and I are out for a walk. It's been days and days since our snowstorm and still got little snow. We're supposed to have some more tonight. And then that's pretty much it, just rain after that for a week, which it originally said rain and snow. But now it's kind of just showing rain, so that sucks. Oh, Beanie, I love you. It's getting dark early. Beanie, which way are we gonna go, honey? Should we go back to the cabin? Come on, Beanie. Let's go. Come on, Beanie. Let's go on our trail we went the other day. Let's go up this trail. She's so good about not going on the snow if she can help it. Good girl. She hasn't been wanting to go outside much lately on her own, but we come down here and I let her go, and then we walk back to the cabin so she can at least get outside for a little bit. All the Christmas stuff is put away at my cabin. I helped my parents put away all their Christmas stuff inside. And I still have to put away all the Christmas lights outside. And then I'm going to help my brother and sister-in-law put away all their Christmas stuff. Hopefully we'll get more snow, because last year and many other years we had snow after Christmas, January, even into March, April. But now we've had snow a few times before Christmas and on Christmas, so that's awesome. Hopefully all this snow and higher up in the mountains, hopefully it'll all help this summer so we don't have as bad of a wildfire season, because we've been having bad fire seasons since like 2011 or 12. Bye-bye. Beanie. Always gotta drink out of the sink, huh? Always gotta drink out of the sink. Beanie, we got another storm coming. We got another storm coming, honey. Don't go after my cookies. Been hanging out with Beanie today because I'm not feeling that good again. The sickness has taken a while to get rid of. Holy cow. We have a wind warning and this is nuts. Yikes. I don't know if I want to stay here in the woods or go over to my parents, because I don't want one of these huge trees to come down on the cabin. Oh, here comes the rain. we had like no weather yesterday. It was just sunny and blue sky, and the snow's all been melting. There's barely anything left. And then now we have another storm coming, which is going to be dumping snow. I think it was saying like 4 inches an hour or something in the mountains, like above 4,000 feet, and we're like at 1,100 feet. So we're not going to really get any snow down here or in the towns or cities by us. This is some crazy wind, but we have the storm, crazy wind warning, high wind warning, and flooding rains for days and days. It's supposed to go from tonight, Sunday night, January 2nd, until Friday, and then after that it'll just be cloudy for like a week. But we're supposed to get like 100% chance of rain, like tons of different hours throughout the day, and every day for a couple days is like 100% rain. And it's coming right now. It's supposed to start like at 10 tonight, and right now it's 8:32. And I don't know if I've ever heard wind like this since I've lived here, but the precipitation is starting to come down. In a little bit it'll be pouring rain probably. And all that coming off of the roof is all snow melt that was on the roof. And they're warning about the flooding because of the rain that's coming and because of all our snow melt that we've had from our pretty early snow. Because like I've said before, our snow we usually get maybe a couple times a year, like maybe once or twice in January and maybe once or twice in, I don't know, March. Even April we've had snow. So with the melt off and the crazy rain that we're expecting, there could be some flooding. This is gonna go real quick, I think, from crazy wind and sprinkling to nuts. We'll see how it is. There has been some insane wind, like ocean beach wind. It's crazy. Keep looking out here at the flashlight, making sure there's no trees coming down, which I did hear something crack big in the woods and kind of fall. So I'll have to see what that is tomorrow. And the rain's still not coming for another couple hours, I think, so hopefully this wind doesn't knock anything into the cabin. It says on the high wind warning about I forget if it said like 20 to 40 mile per hour winds and gusts of 50 or 60. I think the 60 was for higher mountaintops, but we're kind of up on the edge of a mountain. So hopefully I survive the night. We'll see. Bye-bye. It's not much rain now, but it was pouring all day, like crazy rain all day. Flood watches. We have more rain tonight and tomorrow and every day till Friday. And the wind got insane last night. It's kind of scary. Debris all over. There's been lots of power lines down in different areas. This is kind of a lull right now again. And I'm still sick. Bye-bye. Beanie, what are we doing out here in the rain? You going for a walk in the rain? Beanie. Is it wet, honey? I know. I know it's wet, huh? She doesn't know where to go to stay dry. Besides back to the cabin. We've had quite a bit of rain. I think there's been flooding in some areas and our creeks are up. Got all the snow melt from all the snow we had and all this rain. We're supposed to have rain until Friday and then just cloudy after that and a few days of rain here and there. Oh wow, that was quick. She got over there fast. I've been trying to get better from being sick. Been sick a little bit off and on for a few weeks. Can't really get rid of it totally. My parents have been a little sick and my brother and sister-in-law and niece have been sick. Beanie. Is it too wet out here, honey? Okay, bye-bye. Beanie. I love you, Beanie. I love you. I love you, Beanie. I thought I would mention to you guys, just like I was watching on TV on YouTube, and I know people that have bigger generators for power outages and whatever. And the bigger generators are nice, you can run a lot of stuff, but your runtime usually is way less than a smaller generator. Like we have in the generator box right there, it's a smaller Honda 2200 IU, I think. Let's go look. $2,200i. So it's just nice to have a smaller little generator, because this Honda 2200i on, I've said this many times, on, why is everything so blurred? It's better, huh? Not really, huh? Just wiped off my camera lens. Don't forget to wipe off your camera lens on your phone often. A lot of people forget that. Anyway, the smaller Honda generator, 2200i or similar models, this one gets 4 hours a gallon on high, and then if you have it down on eco, it gets 9 hours a gallon, which is amazing. I always have it on eco. Like I've said many times, it bumps up when it needs it if I use the microwave or the kettle, or anything else that would make it bump up. You don't want to have a couple of those things on together, because that'll be too many watts. Because I think its max running power is 2,000 watts or a little less, even though it's called a 2200i. I'm pretty sure the max wattage is like 2,000 or a little less watts. So you can only use like one thing at a time. Like the kettle is like 1,500 watts, or the microwave is 1,000 watts. So you just have to be careful of that. And then during the summer, like I've said before, with my air conditioner, I have to have the generator on high for the air conditioner to start. It's a portable air conditioner that rolls around and has the tube going out the window. But once the generator's kicked on, then I can come outside and turn the generator down to eco, and it does come down a little bit to save on a little bit of fuel consumption. So my point is, like I was just watching on YouTube, people have these big generators. They have awesome generators out there that have a lot of wattage, could run your whole household, and you can have them, off of gas or propane. Propane is nice because you don't have to worry about the gas going bad. Like if you stored gas or left gas in the tank of the generator, the propane's a lot cleaner, but you won't get as much power. But those bigger generators, many of them don't go down to as low of an eco mode as this, if they even go down to an eco mode. Many of them run really loud and use up a lot of fuel. So say you're out of power, and say you're snowed in and can't get out for a week or so, you're going to run out. Unless you have a huge stockpile of gas or propane, you're going to end up running out. Depending on how much you use your generator. If you use it for some hours during the morning and at night to keep your fridge cold, and whatever else you're doing with the generator for your house. But it would also be nice if you have one of those big generators, or just using this smaller generator instead. If you get one of these smaller Honda generators, or like at Harbor Freight, there's the half price compared to this Honda generator, the Predator generator that's similar at Harbor Freight. I don't know how those run or how long they last or so, but having a smaller generator, even if you have a big generator, would be nice so that you can use the eco mode and get about 9 hours a gallon to keep at least just your fridge and say your fan on your fireplace, if you have a fan for your fireplace to help spread the heat, and charge your phones. It just is nice to be able to make your fuel, whether you have it propane or gas, make your fuel last a lot longer, and not have to have your whole household running with power, just the bare necessities. And it's way quiet. Even if you don't have it in the generator box that we have on eco mode, it's really quiet out here. It's just worth having a smaller generator, like I said, to make your fuel consumption go longer. On eco mode, 9 hours a gallon, I mean, that's amazing, because a lot of these big generators, you're getting like maybe 1 hour a gallon, so that could go really fast on your propane and gas, depending on how much you're using it and how big of a stockpile you have. So consider that if you have a big generator as a backup, you might invest in getting a smaller generator also that you can run just for the bare necessities, and a longer fuel consumption. So anyway, that was just an idea. I will talk to you guys later. And also one more note, because I've been watching it on YouTube and we've considered it for different people, for my family around here and friends, is your heat source if your power goes out. So if you have a wood fireplace, you're already set, because it's a wood fireplace. It can operate without... What am I looking at over there? Oh. It can operate without electricity. Or if you have a propane heater like I have, it's a Martin direct vent propane heater. Beanie. So it takes no power. It has a little thermostat thing on top, and it maintains the temperature inside. It has propane coming in from outside from propane tanks that I go fill up. So this is a Martin direct vent heater. Takes no power. Beanie, I love you. I love you. I'll be right back. So the nice thing about that heater is that whether I have the generator on or not, that heater is working. And obviously I'm not really affected by power outages because I have a generator and solar. That's how my cabin operates. But either way, it's nice to have the propane heater that takes no power. So if you, wherever you live, whether it's an apartment in town, a house in town, or in the country, you want to make sure you have a backup source of heat besides electricity, whether it's a wood fireplace, propane heater, which you got to be careful with depending on your propane heater. If you're burning up your oxygen inside, you don't want to end up dying from carbon dioxide. Make sure you have carbon monoxide, make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector. We actually have a raw propane detector too inside, just in case the raw propane leaks like they have in RVs. So think of what you could do to stay warm, just like with any emergency supplies and planning for your vehicle, your home. You got to think of the worst case scenario. So say your power goes out for days to a week. If you would have to leave, if you could leave, or if you have to stay, how would you stay warm? I have a bunch of candles too as a backup. That's good to have. You just have to, again, be careful of your oxygen getting burnt up inside. Make sure you have a window vented, and if you can have a carbon monoxide detector. But in a small space like a car, which you'd have to have a venting, or in this small cabin, you can heat up pretty quickly with a few candles. But it's just important to think of, for you and your loved ones, how you would survive if the power goes out. How you would stay warm in the winter, and during the summer you can just try and stay wet to stay cool. So it's important to think about how you would survive. Anyway, bye. I also made sure, like for our snowstorm that we had when we could have been snowed in for a week or more, to have extra food. So I have a lot of extra random food when I went to the store. So there's extra cereals, tons of extra peanut butter, lots of cans of soup, different random stuff. And then I have some more stuff in the fridge that I still have from our snowstorm. So before the virus even got to America, I saw how it was going in other countries, and I started thinking I better stock up on soups and stuff, just in case. So when I lived in town, in my townhouse, on the way back from work, when I was working and commuting, I would stop in a nearby town on the way home and pick up like a bag of soup, I don't know, once a week or a few different times. So I would get these Campbell's chunky, awesome soups that have a pop-top lid. They're pretty healthy. They have a lot of protein. These are actually the smaller sizes. These are 16.3 ounce. The size that I was first getting, if I can reach it, I have under my bed because this is what I originally got. And I've been, I sorted them all by date. Oh, and I stocked up on ramen too. I have other ramen in a different place. That's kind of last resort food. And I also do have a couple of the Wise Food Company buckets of food that you have to just add boiling water. It's like one bucket is one person for a month or 4 people for a week. And I think that's 2 meals a day. So these bigger cans, what they used to have, I used to get at Dollar General. These are 18.1 ounce, and they were like $1, I don't know, 59 or 60 something, like a year and a half ago or whatever, when the virus started, 2020. So I started getting these, like January, February, and then the virus was here in America, like in March, I think, of 2020. So I started getting these, and I eventually got up to like 100 cans, and I rotate them, and I eat one here and there, the one that's needing to be eaten up, because now some of these are expiring soon, so I'll eat those ones up. But I've still gotten even more just in case, and now they're smaller size at Dollar General. So these, like I said, are 16.1 ounces, and these are actually serving size 1 can. Although this serving size, I think, said 2 servings per can. So this could actually be 2 meals. And this could probably too. This is kind of a lot, but not really. I mean, I can eat one whole can easily by myself. There's amazing kinds, and they're really good. And you can soup them up. You can add more stuff to them. There's pub style chicken pot pie, chicken and sausage gumbo, sirloin burger with country vegetables. And yeah, I know these have a lot of sodium, but this is, emergency food just in case. They have good protein, and per 1 can, 770 milligrams of sodium, so that's bad. Just like ramen. 1720 milligrams of sodium, yeah. So this is just, I eat one every once in a while. I don't have these often. This is just mainly emergency food. Like I said, the big cans that I had, 100 of them, I have to eat one every once in a while and rotate. And then the newer cans are smaller, and they're good until like 2023. So there's all these different kinds: chili mac, beans, macaroni, pasta, and meat, chili and sausage gumbo, creamy chicken and dumplings. There's a lot of different kinds, and they're really good. So chicken and noodle, of course, chicken and noodle soup. But they're Campbell's chunky soups, and it's good to have that, or however else you want to prepare and have emergency food. But the main thing is just that everybody should have some extra food and water. I have bottles of water. I have big jugs of water. We have ways of getting water here where I live, out of a well in the ground if we had to, and then filter it or boil it. And it's pretty clean water off the mountain. So anyway, it's good to think, no matter where you live, if you need to have bottled water and canned soup or whatever, just have some extra food and water to sustain your family, because help might not always be on the way. You might get some of these storms that Texas had, or in Oregon last year, I think it was, where there was a crazy freeze and snow, and emergency crews, power line companies couldn't even get through the streets to help anybody. So what you had is what you had. I mean, like in Texas, people were burning toys, furniture, whatever, to try and stay warm in their homes. People were dying. it's just good. People don't like to think of the doom and gloom, and it doesn't have to be, especially if you prepare. But whether it's food, water, other supplies to stay warm, blankets, emergency supplies in your car, in your vehicle, in your house, it's just good to prepare even some, because you don't want to be with all the people that didn't prepare going crazy and looting the stores, and then all the stores are out of supplies within 3 days if the trucks don't get there. You don't want to be out in that craziness. You also want to have ways to protect yourself and your family. Whether you're out and about or at your home, you need to have a way to protect yourself against other people. So it's just good to think about and care for your loved ones and protect your loved ones. There might not always be help on the way. Of course, we want to help each other out, our neighbors, our friends and family, if you're close and you need to help them out if you can't get farther away to help other people out. But anyway, this is just a simple way to have some extra food and bottled water. But just some extra food, just extra cans. So I forgot to say, these smaller ones now at Dollar General are like 3 for $5. So it's not terrible. And the big ones, like I said, they were like $60 something. I can't remember. That was a while ago. And then they switched to the smaller can. But however you want to do it, just some canned food with a farther out date is nice to have as a last resort. And with the pop top lid, it's nice because you don't have to worry about having a can opener or having a can opener break. I mean, you should have one just in case the pop top breaks, but there's always other ways to open a can. So just something to think about, and some extra towels too, just in case. So just think about ways to be prepared and be conscious of it, conscious of it for you and your family, your loved ones. Okay, enough of that. Bye. I should have said too, when you're preparing, also toilet paper, paper towels, whatever the normal stuff is that you want to have extra of. But the important thing is that everybody prepares a little here and there, and not everybody going out all at once because they didn't prepare and trying to fight everybody else for a few things because there's not much available. You don't want to be out there in that craziness. And you might not get the stuff that you need, just like we saw with the virus. So the thing is, people, like, we had time kind of to prepare for the virus because we knew it was coming. But for us on the west coast of the United States, say we have our huge earthquake that they keep saying is going to happen at some point, that we're overdue, huge earthquake. You have all the time to prepare right now, just like with anything else. We could have flooding, we could have whatever. It's good to prepare ahead of time. The virus, we had time to get our supplies and then lock down. An earthquake, if you did not prepare, you don't have weeks of somebody warning you, like, oh, the earthquake's coming, so everybody go out and bum rush the stores and get everything. The earthquake's going to happen, and the roads might be messed up, the freeways, so the semi-trucks can't get to the stores, so all the supplies are gone within days. And you're only going to have what you had. So if you did not prepare, even some, with extra food and water for you and your family, then who knows what's going to happen. You don't want to wait till then. We don't have every emergency we're going to have. We're not going to have some warning to go prepare like we've had with some. If it's this earthquake that they're expecting could be huge and catastrophic for the West Coast, if you did not prepare ahead of time, it doesn't have to be extreme preparedness. Like I'm saying, just some extra food and water. You're going to wish that you had prepared with some, because you won't have a notice besides maybe, I don't know if they have it now to where it's like a minute notice of an earthquake coming on smartphones if you have a certain warning system or whatever. That's not enough time to go out and buy your supplies and get home and lock down like the virus. So please take heed and look out for your friends and family, and just make sure you're prepared some. That way you don't need as much when the emergency comes. Hopefully you'll be at least able to last a few days to a week on your own. Also medical supplies too. There's tons of videos out there about emergency preparedness. These are just a few ideas of mine. I just have tons of random different stuff. I do have like a bug out bag too, but I just have lots of random stuff that will help me survive. I don't know why I'm still filming at the soup. Lots of different stuff that will help me survive in my off-grid cabin. So say my generator, if I run out of gas and propane for the heater, I have lots of candles to try and stay warm. I can build a fire outside. I should have a little fireplace in here. I'm thinking about it. Have a little cubic mini or something to be able to stay warm in here just in case. I have like 25 gallons of water right now stored, just in case the power goes out. And then I have other ways to get water. And then say if I run out of gas for the generator and I can't go out, then that's not the end of the world, because I can eat these cans of soup, whether they're straight out of the can, or I do have a little buddy heater in the bathroom, and they do make a little metal shelf, or we could make one that sits right on the buddy heater to heat up these cans of soups. They actually have this in the picture of it. So I should get that to heat this up, but I could eat it just out of the can if I had to. So we're talking, you know, last resort. If the gas ran out for the generator and I couldn't keep the fridge over there with the stuff inside of it cold, I have ways to either boil water to make ramen or heat up the soup. Or like I said, eat the soup cold, and your granola bars and cereal, whatever, just extra stuff. So anyway, I'm rambling too much. Goodbye. Beanie, did you see yourself on the TV? Beanie. Did you see yourself on the TV and jump? Beanie, go play with your toys. Beanie, go play with your toys. Is that you on the TV? Do you see yourself? I have it screen mirroring to the TV so she can see herself. Beanie. Honey, go play with your toys.